Hey there, it's Clay. Now, on most days, I'll post videos here about how to have a great relationship, how to create an emotional connection, and how to, get past the romantic obstacles that you're experiencing in your life. However, today's going to be a little bit different. You see, the past year or so of my life has been very challenging. I've talked a bit on this channel about some of the challenges that me and my family have been through over the past year. But in case you don't know, in case you're new to this channel or something like that, about a year ago, my mom got very, very sick. She ended up getting COVID, a bad case of COVID, and then ended up having a stroke around March. And then things seemed okay. And then a few months later, she ended up having a heart attack, probably as sort of a fallout from that whole stroke experience. And of course, this was all like really emotionally jarring for me, having to think about, my mom and her mortality and potentially, her passing away, and me having to, confront that reality, and me having to make some hard choices, and me having to feel into some feelings that were uncomfortable. Like, hey, what if this is it? What if this is really my mom's, last few moments here on this earth? And then, of course, this past autumn, my sister-in-law was diagnosed with stage 3 ovarian cancer. And, we had to put our life on hold here in our little town, and we had to spend a lot of time going back and forth to the town where my sister-in-law lives to help her out, to take care of her daughter, to batch cook food, to take her to appointments, and do other things that we needed to do to support her. And I mean, just for the sake of these stories, my mom is in pretty good shape now, all things considered, and my sister-in-law seems to be recovering pretty well. But, for a while, it was really scary, really, really intimidating, really difficult, and it caused me to have to let go and trust and have sort of bigger faith in a sort of spiritual sense. And it's allowed me to grow a lot just through this whole process of surrender and trust and all of that. And, I think that through all of this, it's made me refocus my efforts and my desire to work on modern love in a way to kind of focus in more on you and what it is that you need and how to best serve you. And, we'll get more into that in a second here. But, I want to also let you know that this is not necessarily the first time in my life that I've had to go through these challenges of trusting and letting go to someone or something bigger than myself. Back when I was starting Modern Love, I didn't know anything about business. I didn't know anything about online marketing or anything like that. And I had to get some advice from some very intelligent people, some very skilled and experienced people. And thankfully, I had the humility to listen and to take in their advice and to, try it out. Otherwise, Modern Love wouldn't be what it is today. It might not even exist at all, to be honest with you. So I'm really grateful that I had that humility in the past. And really grateful that I've been able to lay down my ego and step aside from what it is that my ego wants me to do, to really take on the role of learning and growing and becoming hopefully a better person in the process. And I wanted to check in with you to see if that's something that you've ever gone through yourself before as well too. Is that something that you've ever experienced? I mean, I know that this past year has been hard for me, and it's probably been very difficult for a lot of you as well too. But have you ever had to surrender to something bigger than you spiritually, or just some mentor, some coach, some person that you look up to really sort of gain and grow and become a better version of yourself, or to gain certain skills, or to take your life in the direction that you want to go? Really curious about that. So I'd love to hear your experience about all of that down in the comments section below. But as I was saying, I want this year to be about you. I want this year to be about surrendering to what you need and how Modern Love, me, and our team can best help you. So what I'm going to be doing here, I've been holding back on this for a while. I've been sort of sensing that this is something that you guys do need, but I've been holding back on it for a while out of fear myself of surrendering and letting go and what that might mean, and all sorts of personal challenges. But just due to this past season, I'm really considering stepping into that and really just letting go and giving you what basically you've been asking for a very long time now. I'll be posting an update video over the next couple of days here, getting into more specifically what that's all about. But I did want to just sort of give you a little bit of context and let you know where this is coming from in my life, why this is coming up, what I've been going through, and why you may have noticed that sometimes the background is very different in some of these videos. I mean, today I'm just going out for a walk in the forest and by the lake and everything, but we've been traveling around a lot, and so many times the videos have been unusual in the background because of my sister-in-law's cancer. But things seem to be going well for all the family members involved, and I think that this past year, at least for me personally, has been a huge growing experience in trust and faith and letting go and all of that sort of stuff. And I'd love to hear what your experience has been. Have you ever had to grow in this sort of way before? Have you ever had to surrender? Have you ever had to trust? Have you ever had to set your ego aside? Have you ever had to be humble? And has that transformed you in some way? I'd love to hear your experiences down in the comment section below. And I will be posting an update to this video in a few days here, so please make sure that you are subscribed to this channel and hit that notification bell so that you can get that update when I post it. Or please make sure that you're on our email newsletter as well too, over at modernlove.life/newsletter. Anyway, with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll be sharing with you an update in a few days. Take care.